How do you know whether to push through or let go? Some men quit too early, right before the skills compound, right before the door opens, right before the breakthrough. And other men stay too long in jobs that are draining them, in paths where growth dried out years ago, telling themselves persistence is noble. But here's the truth. Sometimes persistence is wisdom, and sometimes persistence is stubbornness or even fear of change. It's hard to admit when a path isn't working. There's fear of disappointing people, fear of starting over in your 30s or even later, with the mortgage and a family all depending on you. One wrong decision here could cost you years. So today, I want to give you a real framework for telling the difference. I'm not just trying to motivate you. I want to help you diagnose your situation today. Seth Godin's short book called The Dip is one of my favorite reads of this year. And once you see the concept inside of it, you'll start to see it everywhere. I want to explain how I see it. Here's how it works. You start something new, a new career, a side business, a new leadership role, maybe even rebuilding your life after burnout. At first, it's exciting. There's momentum. Life is full of possibilities. Then after some time, reality hits. The learning curve gets steep. Results go way down. You realize that this is going to take way longer than you thought. This is the dip. And Godin's argument is simple. The dip is not necessarily a sign that you're failing. Sometimes the dip is proof you're doing something real, something valuable. Because if the path were easy, everyone would do it. I think about this constantly with the men I coach. A lot of mid-career men right now are being hit with AI disruptions, promotions stalling, benefits disappearing. It's no wonder corporate loyalty is gone. They often try to make the change, but then they hit the dip and immediately think, this must not be for me. Or maybe you're just in the part where the skill gets built, a time when you need to put your head down and get to work. You will see this in any new endeavor you try, new life skills, hobbies, or even working out. You go to the gym one day and you may feel great. A few weeks into going, you're going to hit a day when you really don't feel like going, and it feels like you're not even seeing the results that you were dreaming of. Welcome to the dip. If you want to get fit, you will have to make it past this dip, and the same for any endeavor you try. By the way, I'm Chris Mansa, career and purpose coach and speaker. I coach men to find a deeper meaning in their work and make a better living. I've helped many men know when to push, when to pivot, and how to stop letting fear make the choice for them. Let's keep going. Here's what most men expect. Consistent upward growth, hard work in, results out. Here's what a real career actually looks like. Excitement, early wins, then a plateau, frustration, identity crisis, skill building, then a new opportunity, growth, another dip, another reinvention. This is the stuff that people don't say out loud. We're always thinking everyone else is living their best LinkedIn lives with exciting updates. The dip isn't a one-time event. Every new level introduces a new dip. You become a manager, expect a new dip. Starting a business, another dip. Hit real success, now you have the dip of maintaining it. I used to think, if I'm struggling again, maybe I made the wrong choice. Maybe God is trying to tell me something. Well, not necessarily. Often, you're just being stretched into the next version of yourself. Now, here's where hustle culture traps many men. They hear push through the dip and translate that into never quit. No, some things should be abandoned. A toxic work culture is not always a dip. A dead-end role with no leverage is probably the same type of dip. A business or a product built purely from ego may not be a dip. Sometimes you're not persevering. Sometimes you're just afraid to make a hard decision. And I think this is especially true for high-achieving men, because many of us tie our identity to our status, title, income, appearing successful, maintaining the persona. So we stay in careers we hate for 10 years because quitting feels irresponsible. Meanwhile, your soul is slowly dying. One of the hardest things I've learned is that persistence is only virtuous if the destination of who you will be is worth becoming. Because some paths will make you successful while making you less alive. I talk about this all the time. Your purpose is built on meaning. If you can find a way to increase meaning in a measurable way, you're on your way to feeling more purposeful. But it's hard to find meaning when you feel dead. Let's get practical. So how do you actually know if it's time to quit? Here's a tool I use with clients. I'm giving away free coaching here. 5 questions. I call it the DIP Dead-End Diagnostic. Question 1. Is this painful or pointless? Pain can produce growth. Pointlessness produces decay. If this situation is hard, but it's building something, that's a dip. If it's hard and building nothing, that's a dead end. Note that you don't have to be excited about this growth or building. Work is not always going to be fun, but a man was made to see the fruits of his labor. Your hands may bleed, but the crops should yield food to feed your community. Question 2. Am I building real skills? This is more than staying busy, not just grinding harder on the same thing. Communication, leadership, resilience, sales, strategy, discipline. If those are growing, something valuable is happening underneath. If you can now feed more people or better, then your work is building. Question 3. Do I feel alive doing this? Not every day. That is unrealistic. We're not building a fantasy here. But deep down, is there still a current underneath this? Or has it gone completely cold? A man must learn the meaning of hard work in his life. Your relationships won't always feel like a movie. You won't always feel like the world is on your side. Maturity will show you the balance of that hard work and where you can find meaning in it. If you can't find it, something has to change, your mindset or your work. Question 4. Is this aligned with the man I want to become? This isn't about the image you want people to see. It's not about the title that sounds impressive. The man you actually want to be, the man God made you to be. If this path won't produce that man, no amount of persistence fixes it. There are times when you're expecting that it should be easier to become this man. You should know the difference. Question 5. If I let this go, what would it free me to pursue? This one cuts deep because opportunity cost is real. Every year you spend in a dead end is a year you didn't spend building. What were you actually made for? I believe deep in my heart that God didn't want this to be an unsolvable mystery. It's not supposed to be a game you can't win. I want to add something that Godin's book doesn't necessarily address. You need both discernment and decisiveness. A lot of men have neither. Some men are impulsive. They quit emotionally every time things get hard. Other men overthink forever. They've been discerning for 3 years. Nothing has moved and you're growing still. Neither works. Here's what I've seen over and over. Indecision drains more life out of a man than failure does. Failure at least teaches you. Indecision will trap you. At some point, you have to choose. Fully commit or fully release. Whichever you choose it completely. God is likely to bless your commitment, even when we do it imperfectly. because the work is more important than the outcome. The goal isn't to never quit. The goal is to stop quitting the right things and to finally let go of the wrong ones. Quit like a wise man. Some of you are one hard season away from breakthrough. Others, one hard decision away from freedom. The hardest part is knowing which one you're in, but this isn't an impossible task. If you're stuck in indecision another year, then you have no one to blame. Run the diagnostic. Be honest with your answers. Then make a decision. If this hits home and you're already sitting in the space between pushing through and walking away, that's exactly what the Strategic Clarity Intensive is built for. 90 minutes, one decision, total clarity on what to do next. The link is below. I'm hoping you can also just make a decision. And if this was useful, please subscribe. This channel is for men who want to build something real. My name is Chris Almanza, your coach. I wish you peace and success. May God bless you.